Hello, my name is Julie and this is KS Mom Crochets, and today is Crochet Podcast number 55. So it really hasn't been a whole week since I seen you all last, but I did finish something that I'm really excited to share with you guys, and I guess I just needed to get on here and have a chat. So here I am, and I hope you will all enjoy hanging out with me for a little while. So if you all remember, a couple podcasts ago, I made a monster out of this Amigurumi Monsters book. I named him Tater, but it was BB, the cotton candy monster. And here is the one that I made in that podcast. I had got some of this Hygge fur or Hoogie fur from Ollie's, and I really wanted to use it. So I was like, I really want to make another monster, but I really didn't want one this big. I mean, he's not huge or anything, but I wanted one that was smaller. And so I thought, I'm just going to crochet my own. So that's what I did. I just started increasing until I thought it was as big as I wanted, and I added as many rows to build up the top. Now, this pattern has more shaping in it, and I didn't reference this pattern at all, but it does look similar to this pattern, even though, you know, like I said, I just started crocheting and I just wanted to make a monster, so that's what I did. And here is my little monster. So as you can tell, I did take inspiration from that Amigurumi Monsters book as far as his tail and the way that his teeth like stick out, but I did, like I said, come up with this all on my own, and I was so proud of myself. Even though it's just like an egg, you know, it's really exciting. I'm not gonna say that I've never made a pattern on my own, because I have created things on my own using just simple stitches, but this is the first amigurumi that I've actually made, just taking the yarn and starting from nothing and making what I had in my mind come to life. So I was really excited about this. So I used a 5mm hook on the body of this because I used 2 strands held together. I used this Hygge fur yarn, which is a number 5 yarn. And this color is called Eucalyptus. And then I used a sport weight yarn that is, it's actually discontinued. You can't get this yarn anymore, but I have a ton of it. Actually, I have quite a bit of this like hoarded away. So I wanted to use it, and the colors don't really go together, and I was like, oh, this is probably not going to work. You're going to be able to see this darker color with this lighter fur yarn, but you can't see it. Like, you can't see it at all. So it worked out great. So like, even if you have a fur yarn and you just have like a little bit of like a smaller yarn to hold with it, or you could even hold a thicker yarn probably too, you can definitely make it work. It just makes it easier to fill your stitches, because with this fur yarn, you know, you can't really see your stitches, but you can feel them, and it's so forgiving. Like, let's say you skip a stitch on accident, you can't even see that you did that. So this is very forgiving. It's intimidating to use fur yarn, I know, because I was intimidated by it, but I'm really enjoying using it double-stranded like that. So like I said, on the body of this, I did use these 2 held together, and then for the tail, I just used this Drops Love You 9 single-stranded with a 2.75 hook. And this color doesn't have like a color name on it, but it is number 119. But like I said, you can't buy this anymore, I don't think. And then for his mouth or his teeth, I just used this Drops Love You 7 in white, which is number 1. And I used a 2.75 hook on that too. So I just used safety eyes like on that other monster, you know, you had to crochet the eyes and stuff, and I wanted something, I just wanted to finish something, you know. Sometimes you just want to finish something, and I didn't want to do all those extra little details, so I just used like a 20mm eye. I'm pretty sure is the size of those, and I think it turned out so cute. Now I made his tail flat and then slip stitched it together to kind of, it's not rounded, but it's like double thickness, you know. And then I added the ball. I just attached my yarn and added it to the end. And I worked this up, even creating the pattern all on my own and just crocheting it. It only took a few hours to make this, because it's just a simple shape, you know. And I really, really, really enjoyed it, and I had so much fun, and my daughter's already claimed it, which makes me even more happy, because like I said, I took this idea of that monster and I made one that was smaller. And just to give you a size comparison and like the shape difference, these are the two together. So it looks like a baby monster. That's what I'm calling it. It's just a little baby monster. But you know, you could do a lot of different things. I decided not to do like horns or anything like that on this one. Like on that pattern had horns. But I think it's cute just like this. And it kind of reminds me of those Squishmallows, you know, because it's just, it's squishy and it's soft and it's little. So I will definitely be making more of these in the future. Now on the other pattern that's in that book, they actually crochet the teeth separately, and I just made a chain and started doing half doubles and doubles to make the teeth into my chain. And then the sewing on was so much easier because it was just a strip, but I think it still looks cute. And you know, you could always put your teeth up instead of down, but I sewed his teeth down. But I think he's so cute, and I don't know, it made me happy that I was able to take a pattern and just make something on my own. I see people do that all the time on their videos. They're like, oh, I just made this up, and I'd never really done that before, so it was nice to know that, you know, I can do that if I want to. And it will, you know, I can make it turn out looking like I think in my head. But like I said, I will definitely be making more of these in the future because I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and he was simple to make, and I'm really happy with how he turned out. So that is my little baby monster. I do have one more finished object that I forgot about, and it is my cowl project from Litsa over at Coco's Crochet. I did get my colors in. I have not weaved in the ends though, and I always contradict myself. I'm like, I'm gonna do better. I'm weaving my ends, and then here I go, not weaving in my ends. But this is my colors for, what is this? I can't remember what month we're on. I forgot what month we're on. But I will have her video linked below so that you can go and check it out. Now, she picked, her colors were orange, green, gray, and pumpkin were the colors that we had to choose to put in our blankets this time, or whatever you're making. She is doing a calendar blanket. She's breaking it up to where it's 6 months instead of 12 months, and you do 2 months of each of the calendar every month. So her colors come out every 2 weeks, but it's really fun to work on. She is doing a stitch sampler blanket, and a lot of people have joined in with her on doing that. Some people are just doing corner to corner stitch, but I decided that I wanted to do corner to corner squares, because squares work up faster than putting big long rows in a blanket. And I knew that if I was going to commit to doing this, I needed to do something small that I could finish quickly. And I can usually get these squares done in a couple hours, so that's why I chose this. Now, I did learn how to do the corner to corner stitch from Terri over at Yarnjoy Podcast. I also followed a tutorial on how to attach the border and stuff. I think it's called CrochetItForward. I don't know. I'll have the links down below. But whenever she said orange and pumpkin, I was like, oh no. Because I don't have a lot of orange yarn in worsted weight yarn. I don't have scraps of orange because I don't use orange very often, except for like this dark orange. I really like that color of orange, but I don't have any like bright oranges like at all. I had one other color of orange, which was this color right here, but I don't have that color anymore. I used it all into another scrap blanket that I had put that into. So I was like, what am I gonna do, because I don't have any orange? And I was looking. I have these big skeins of yarn. What are they? Bunches of Hugs, but I don't think that's what this was. I don't know. I have some big skeins of yarn, like the big jumbo skeins of yarn. And I had this color right here, and it is called apricot. Apricot? I don't know how to say it. But I looked at it. I went in there and I asked my husband, I was like, if you had to pick a color of the rainbow that this color goes with, what color would you pick? And he said orange. And I was like, yes, thank you. And then I looked it up online and I was like, is this color orange? And it said yes, that it was. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go with that, because my point, this is a great stash buster. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to use what I have. I do get into some of my full skeins sometimes, like if I don't have a scrap of that color or I need like a different variation of it, but I use what I've got. Like, I'm not gonna go out and buy yarn to just make half a square with, you know what I'm saying? So I use that anyway, and I hope that's okay. I have done that before, had to improvise on colors, but like I said, you got to use what you got, especially if it's a stash buster. So here is my squares. I decided to throw in a variegated with this green color. I thought, why not mix it up and do something different? And then, like I said, I do have my two oranges, even though this isn't like when I think about orange, I really don't even think about this color. I think like bright orange, but like I said, I didn't have that, so I had to use what I had. So this is what it's looking like so far. I'm doing 4 squares, and then I guess it'll be 4 by 6. So that's what I have. I don't know how big it's gonna be, but I was thinking that I'll probably use it on the back of my chair, because I really love the way that it looks, and I think it'll look nice on camera too. So, and if it's big enough for a light blanket, I may use it as a light blanket, but I don't really want to give it away, because I was thinking, well, I could give it away as a baby blanket, but I don't think that I want to give it away. I think I want to keep it. So like I said, if it's not big enough, then it's fine. But it's a pretty good size width. I just don't know if it's going to be long enough. So here are my colors from Litsa over at Coco's Crochet's CAL. And I'm looking forward to getting the next colors in. I think they come out next week. But you still have time to you know, join in if you want to. You don't have to make a blanket. You can make anything that you wanted. But it's fun to see what colors that she chooses. And I'm really enjoying adding new colors and figuring out what to do when I don't have the right colors. So, and I have started a couple new projects. Everything that I've started, I thought, okay, this is going to work up pretty fast, you know? And it's like everything that I've started has not worked up fast. And so I haven't got any of it finished. But I did start this. I am subscribed to Stringy Ding Ding's emails. I'm not like a member of her blog or anything like that, but she does send out emails whenever she uploads a free pattern. And she had sent an email a few weeks ago with this dragon pattern that she came out with. And if you all can remember from my earlier, some of you all that have been with me for a while, I have made some dragons in the past, and I thought I'll give this one a try and see how it goes. So your head and your body and your tail are all one piece, which I love. I love that, and I like the way that it was constructed. So far, it's really a simple pattern, but I don't know, I haven't finished it. But I'm using a 3mm hook on this, and I'm using Hobby Lobby's Baby Bee Sweet Delight Bear Blue Marled, and I got this on clearance last year from Hobby Lobby, and I just hadn't used it. I had plans on making a baby blanket out of this yarn, but I just really wanted to use it on this dragon, so that's what I am doing. As far as because he does have like spikes and wings and stuff, I'm not sure what colors I'm going to do those in. I'm thinking about incorporating some fur yarn somehow, like I did my other dragons from a long time ago. I'm thinking about doing that instead of making all those spikes, because I just don't really like sewing all those little pieces on. So this is what it's looking like so far. It kind of reminds me of a snake a little bit, but this is what he's looking like. So I think it's going to turn out cute. I think I used 10mm eyes on this because I used a smaller weight of yarn than she used and a smaller hook, so I needed to go down eyes. But her patterns are awesome, and like I said, they are free on her blog. I really hate following patterns on my phone, and I think that's one of the reasons that I haven't worked on this as much, is because I would rather have the pattern printed off without like ads and stuff. And another thing is whenever I'm working on a printed off pattern, I can mark where that I am in the pattern, and I kept getting lost where I was at on this pattern because I was following it on my phone, and then your phone would go dark, and you know how it goes. So I plan on finishing this though, because like I said, it's all one piece, but I do think that I am going to make it look different than what it looks like in the pattern. I did work on my bear a little bit. Now I did show this let me grab it. I did show this last podcast that I was working on this bear in pajamas from the Cute Crocheted Woodland Creatures, and it's this guy right here. I haven't worked on him as much as what I wanted to since then, but I have got a little bit more progress. But it's a bigger project too, so it's taken me longer, and I think I'm really wanting some of that instant gratification. So I'm kind of still looking for smaller projects to do in between these bigger amigurumi projects. He is not hard whatsoever. This book is by Emma Barnum, and she's great. Like, the patterns are in UK terms, so if you don't know UK terms, then you probably don't want to get this book or anything. But I was reading ahead in the pattern because a lot of times, like when I'm doing a pattern, I'll jump around in the pattern. Like I might do the head and the body first and then leave the arms for last, or I might do the head and then the arms and then, you know what I mean? Like I'll jump around in my patterns. But with this one, you really have to go in order that they are in the book. Like, she starts you out with the ears, because the ears, you have to sew the ears on in order to before you close up the head, and then your arms are actually crocheted in to the body as well as your legs. So like there's like no sewing on this really, except for, you know, you do sew the ears on, but there's slots for the ears. So let me show you what I've got done so far. I got his head. I got his head. I haven't embroidered his nose and face right here yet, his muzzle area. But this is what it's looking like so far. So what you do is when you're working, you leave, she tells you what to do to leave slots open for the ears, so there's no guesswork on where to put your ears at. And then she tells you when to sew them on, when to put your safety eyes in, and then, you know, you finish off your head. So this is what my head looks like. And the next thing in the book that I have to do is make the arms. And I started an arm. And that is as far as I have got on his arm. So I have to obviously make a lot more pieces. I think this project's going to take me a lot longer than other projects normally do, because there's a lot of, you know, I'll probably get the bear done, show you the bear, and then I'll have to make the pajamas, you know. There's more. It's not just crocheting and amigurumi and then, hey, you're done, you know, you got to make the clothes and stuff too. But the reason that I haven't worked on this is because I lost one of the ears after my podcast last time. I lost one of the ears, and I searched everywhere. I tore my living room apart. I tore this room apart looking for that ear, and I was like, I'm not making another ear right now. And I put him in a bag, and I didn't work on him because of that. And then the next day or a day later, I can't remember now, but my daughter's like, hey, is this yours? And it was in the floor the whole time. It's like, how do you miss a brown ear on a gray rug in your floor? I don't know. So I did find his ear. I didn't have to make another ear, but this is what his little head's looking like, and I am excited about this project. I am going to finish this project. It's not one of those that's, you know, I'm showing you and then you're never going to see again. So I do have plans to finish it, especially now that I have that other ear. I just think that because it's a bigger amigurumi, it's going to take me a little bit more time, and I haven't had as much. I mean, I've got a lot of crocheting done, but I haven't finished anything. I've got startitis really, really bad. I just want to start stuff, but I want to finish stuff, but you gotta quit starting stuff. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm a mess right now, crochet wise. So we'll see. We'll see how far I get along on it next time I see you. But I haven't been getting on Instagram a whole lot here lately, and I had got on there to try to update some of my pictures, and I came across this pattern on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love that pattern so much. I want to make that. That is so cute. And so I went and I bought the pattern and I started it. I thought, oh, this is going to work up so fast. It's going to be a quick project. It's not going to take me any time at all. I'll have time to work on these other things, you know, and it is a very time-consuming project. But here is what I have. So it is a rose. And this is what it looks like. But is it really a rose? I mean, it is. That's what it is. But is it really? So this is what it actually is. So it is a fairy. So inside the rose is actually the fairy. And I just thought this was such a cute pattern. Oh my gosh, I fell in love with it as soon as I seen it. So when you fold her dress up, I really wanted to finish this before I showed it to you guys, but I haven't got to finish it yet, obviously. But I wanted you to get the full effect of it. But you know, when you fold it up, I do have some detail work to do on her face so that you can't see her skin color. But when you fold it up, it looks like a rose. And it will have like the sepal and all the detail. I still have some more leaves to go around here. And I've got them pinned together because I'm going to sew or probably glue them together because it's not holding its shape. She wants you to sew the bottom petals together, but she doesn't want you to sew the top petals together. And I'm going to have to do something with those top petals because they won't hold their shape unless they are sewed together. So But when you fold it up, it looks like a flower, but then when you fold it down, the flower becomes her dress. And I just think that is such an awesome idea. I've seen those topsy-turvy dolls where it's like a bear on one side and a doll on the other or whatever, you know. But I'd never made one of those. So I really wanted to try this out. And like I said, it's so small. I thought this is going to be a really easy pattern. It's going to work up really fast, but it's not because it has a lot of pieces. But everything is like crocheted on. Like I haven't had to sew anything on yet. I think you have to sew her arms on. And then there is like a detail work that goes around her face that you have to sew on. But other than that, like all the petals are crocheted into front loops. And like I said, there are 2 layers of petals. I've only done 2 on the bottom. So there's 4 petals on the top layer, and then there's 5 for the bottom. And I've only done 2 so far. And then you actually have front loops left on this green. I don't know if you can see that or not, to attach your sepal. So I do think it's a really, really cute pattern. I think it was like $5 and something on Etsy, but I really wanted to try it out, so I went ahead and I bought it. But like I said, it's really, really cute. I'm using sport weight yarn, so if you made it with worsted weight yarn, it would be a lot bigger than this. But I'm using all sport weight yarn. A couple of them I think are DK yarns. So for her head here and like the top part of the rose there, which is actually in front loops too that you do, I'm using this Brava sport weight yarn in the color wine. So she wants you to use 3 different colors of red, and I didn't have 3 different colors of red. I didn't want to buy any more yarn because I didn't want to buy any more of this yarn because I wanted to use what I had, you know. So I put the wine together, and then I had this Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn in sport weight in the color red. Yeah, in the color red. So I put that together, and then I was like, okay, I need one more color. And so I got this other red, which you can't tell on camera, but there is a difference in the reds a little bit. And this is, I had got this in like a color pack from Mary Maxim, and they don't sell it anymore, but it is Knit Pearl Accent Brights, and then I'm pretty sure that these don't have color names on them, but obviously it's just like a brighter red. So I almost made this in worsted weight yarn because I have more of that, and I decided not to. I decided to just throw a whole mishmash of yarns together, and that's what I did. And then for her skin tone color, skin color here, I used Premier Basics DK, which is a 3 weight, and the color Sand. So that is what I'm using for skin tone. And then for the stem part here with that will have the sepal, I'm using another Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, and this color is called green. It's just called green. And then she does have wings. I forgot about the wings. She does have wings that go on her back because she's a flower fairy. So in the pattern, the designer uses pink for the wings, but I think I'm going to use this purple for the wings, but I might end up changing my mind. I'm not sure yet. I'm either going to use the purple or I'm going to use a color similar to this. But she uses like a brighter pink, and I didn't really have that color, so. But this color is called Freesia, and it's just a purple. So I don't know if I'll, seeing that on camera, I may not use that. So I'm not really sure what I'll do for the wings yet. And I'm using a 3mm hook on all of this. There's a lot of yarn that I have to keep in that bag there. But it's fun. It's fun to make. It's just time consuming. Like, it really is. For such a small project, it's time consuming. And I was going to try to see, this is called the Reversible Rose Fairy. And it is by Chibi's Crafts on Etsy. And I will have it linked below. But I don't have any notes on it in my book here. But this is what it's looking like. And as you can tell, there is a difference in the reds, but I'm enjoying working on it. I'm just going to be excited to see it finished because, like I said, it's a lot more work than what I thought it was going to be. So that is all of the things that I've worked on so far since I've seen you all last. Like I said, I've picked these projects that are more time consuming than what I really wanted to do right now. So I'm going to try to work on them and get some more progress. I would really like to finish the fairy, but we'll see. We'll see how much I get done next week. And I'm going to try to refrain from starting a new project, but I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I just want to start everything. It's like I wish I could, like, wiggle my nose, you know, like Bewitched. Just make everything be done. Instead of starting new things. I need to quit starting new things. But, you know, you do what makes you happy. And if you're not happy working on something, just flip between a different project. And I've got plenty of those to flip between. That's all that I have for you all. Of course, I can never make a video that is short and sweet, but that's okay. I hope that you all enjoyed hanging out with me. I just needed to get on here and chat, I guess, about yarn. It always makes me feel better whenever I get on here and talk to you all. Sometimes you just need to have a little chat. So I'm really glad that I have you all to talk to. So like I said, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing what little bit I've got done, and hopefully I'll have more in the next one. So until next time, I will see you in another video. Bye.